All right. Ready for a deep dive into a world of love and mysticism?
Always up for a journey like that.
We're exploring Elif Shafak's The 40 Rules of Love.
Oh, a fascinating choice.
It really is. And, I'm not just talking about the plot on the surface.
No, this book has layers.
Layers. We're going deep into history, spirituality,
And love.
love, of course, and maybe, just maybe, questioning a few of our own ideas about it along the way.
I'm intrigued. What jumped out at you right away?
Honestly, that recurring thing with the number 40, it's subtle at first.
Ah, yes. The number 40.
It's like a secret code throughout the novel.
Well, in Sufi tradition, 40 represents a period of intense change.
Transformation.
Exactly. Often spiritual transformation. A pivotal moment, reshaping who we are.
Okay, so like a simple for the journeys of self-discovery in the book.
You've got it. And Shafak uses it masterfully to frame those journeys, both in the present and the past.
So let's break down those journeys a bit. We've got Ella, right, modern day, feeling a little lost.
At a crossroads.
Yeah, exactly. And then she stumbles upon this manuscript, Sweet Blasphemy, a story within a story.
Always captivating, those books within books, a door to another world.
And behind that door, we find Rumi.
A renowned scholar in 13th century Konya. Imagine, a city brimming with cultures, ideas.
A real melting pot.
Precisely. But even with all that knowledge, Rumi yearns for something more.
Don't we all?
Right. And that's where Shams of Tabriz enters the scene, a wandering dervish.
The dervish. Okay, for those of us who haven't brushed up on our Sufi orders.
Think of it like a mystic, dedicated to a life devoted to spiritual practice. Shams is a catalyst, shaking things up.
I'm sensing a theme here, this yearning for something more. Ella feels stuck. Rumi feels a kind of emptiness.
It's a universal human experience, isn't it? This search for meaning, this desire to connect, that's what Shafak captures so beautifully.
And not just romantic love.
No, not at all. Though that's definitely there too. It's about love in all its forms, for friends, for family, even for something bigger than ourselves, something divine.
That's resonating. So how does Shafak bring these two stories, Ella and Rumi's, together?
Well, as Ella dives deeper into sweet blasphemy, she becomes captivated by Rumi's journey, particularly his connection with Shams.
And this isn't just some history lesson for her, is it?
Not at all. It starts to mirror her own feelings for Aziz, the man who gave her the manuscript.
Okay, so right from the start, we've got these parallels, these echoes between past and present.
Intriguing, right?
And I'm already guessing that Shams is going to be key to unlocking those connections.
Oh, absolutely. He's the spark that ignites Rumi's transformation, challenges everything Rumi thinks he knows about faith, about love, about life itself.
A real disruptor, then.
Oh, absolutely. Fasten your seatbelts, because Shams's arrival is about to shake things up in a big way in this story. And, when we talk about Shams shaking things up,
Oh, yeah.
it's through him that we really encounter those 40 rules of the religion of love.
Right, the heart of the novel.
Exactly. But, don't expect your typical list of rules.
I figured. With a title like that?
They're more like, whispers of wisdom,
Yeah.
A new way to see life, love, spirituality, the whole thing.
There's one that really stuck with me, and, maybe this resonates with you listening too.
Go on.
The path to the truth is a labor of the heart, not of the head. Powerful stuff.
It really is. And challenges that traditional view, the purely intellectual approach to spirituality. Shams is urging us to look inward, to feel our way through life.
Not just think our way through.
Exactly. And that's a running theme with him, isn't it? Challenging norms. Like, remember that scene?
Which one?
Where he sends Rumi, this devout scholar, to a tavern to fetch wine.
Oh, right. I'll admit, that threw me for a loop at first.
It's classic Shams, though, you see. These actions that seem contradictory on the surface, he's using them as opportunities for Rumi and for us to go deeper.
Deeper meaning.
Yes. It's not always about appearances or blind faith in the rules. It's the intention behind our actions that matters.
Don't just follow blindly.
Right. Think about it. This is 13th century Konya, not exactly known for its progressive thinking. So for Shams to challenge those norms so openly...
Bold move.
Bold indeed.
And speaking of Konya, Shafak really brings this city to life.
It's more than just a setting, isn't it? It's a character in its own right.
Bustling, full of life, but then there are these undercurrents of tension, secrets.
A real crossroads of cultures, religions. You feel that through the other characters, too. Rumi's family, his disciples, even Kimya, the brothel owner.
Oh, yeah, I loved how she wove those different perspectives in. Even Kimya, a hermaphrodite. Really added another layer to the whole story.
Exactly. Each character enriches the tapestry of the novel, even Rumi's wife Kara grappling to understand his transformation.
And his son, Sultan Veiled, such a mix of reactions there. First skepticism, then devotion.
Shows how differently people respond to a force like Shams, like watching ripples spreading.
But not everyone welcomes those ripples, do they?
That's where the unease starts to creep in, that growing tension around Rumi and Shams.
And those mentions of the assassins definitely adds to the suspense.
Oh, absolutely. They lurk in the background, a constant reminder of the danger.
A shadow hanging over everything.
The assassins were real, shrouded in mystery. And Shafak doesn't over-explain, but their presence is unsettling. Adds a layer of foreboding.
You can just feel it, can't you? Like something's about to happen.
And then it does. Shams vanishes.
Gone. Just like that.
It leaves everyone reeling, Rumi especially.
Shafak doesn't tell us exactly what happened, does she?
No, she leaves that space open. A few hints, whispers of an encounter, a threat overheard.
The truth remains a mystery.
And I think that adds to the power of it all, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Sham's disappearance becomes this turning point. For Rumi, it's like this wellspring of grief.
But instead of consuming him,
It becomes the source of his poetry.
that's the beauty of Shafak's writing, showing how love and sorrow, they're intertwined. Rumi's connection with Shams, the joy, the pain, it all fuels his art. Reminds me of that saying, suffering is inevitable, but how we transform it is our choice.
Powerful. And it makes you think about Ella's journey, too.
Right, here she is, reading this manuscript, witnessing Rumi's transformation.
And at the same time, her own feelings for Aziz are deepening. It's like those 40 rules. They're not just words on a page anymore.
They start to permeate her own life. Those rules about embracing change, about love as a nourishing force, they challenge her, push her to see things differently.
It's like what we were talking about earlier, that yearning for something more. It connects Ella and Rumi across centuries.
And maybe even connects to us listening right now. Those timeless questions, the search for meaning, the transformative power of love. The 40 Rules of Love invites us to reflect on those things in our own lives, don't you think?
Without a doubt. This deep dive has been incredible. We've journeyed through history, spirituality, love, loss.
And we've only just scratched the surface. The 40 Rules of Love is a book that stays with you.
It sparks something, a conversation, a new perspective, a deeper understanding of ourselves.
So we leave you with this. What will your 40 rules be? What will you discover within the pages of this book and within yourselves?
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, keep diving deep.